sweeps.
Symbolic imagery can be a very powerful ideological tool, but not every image is universally accepted or wholesome. Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 controversial symbols. For this list, we're ranking visual, political, and ideological symbols that often serve up side orders of hot-button controversy, or trigger strong personal reactions from the public, as well as those that possess the potential to offend or cause an uproar. Although not every symbol may be at the same level of extremity, or may not mean the same thing to every culture, their impact has nevertheless continued to resonate and provoke. Number 10. The Apartheid Flag of South Africa. The history of this South African flag dates back to 1928 and depicts smaller versions of flags representing the Dutch and English settlers that first colonized the country back in the 17th century. Although South Africa officially adopted a new national flag in 1994, the fact that this older flag represents the segregationist apartheid regime, which was once in power there, makes it a symbol often associated with white supremacists in the country and around the world. A recent example includes 2015 Charleston, South Carolina church shooter Dylan Roof, whose Facebook page showed him wearing a jacket with an apartheid-era South African flag.
This photo from Roof's Facebook profile shows him wearing a jacket with apartheid-era Rhodesian flags. These old flags from South Africa and Rhodesia, now Zimbabwe, represented these African nations when they were run by a white minority.
Number 9. The Flag of Israel. The sovereign state of Israel has flown this flag since October of 1948, and since that time, the flag has been the subject of much debate.
I had really no idea what the response would be. I figured the response when I flew the Israeli flag would be negative. I kind of figured that going in.
On the one hand, some Israeli Arabs have felt that the Star of David was too specific a Jewish symbol. On the other hand, some Orthodox Jews, the Hasidim, have also taken umbrage to the star, citing that its appearance on the flag has, quote, defiled the symbol. Other groups have also claimed the flag's blue stripes signify a Jewish ambition to take over the land of Israel between the Nile and Euphrates rivers.
That flag you wave is the psychological genocide of this planet.
Number 8. LGBT Pride, the rainbow flag. Although the history of this flag is comparatively recent to others on this list, as it was only popularized around 1978, it has seen increased visibility and controversy in contemporary history. The rainbow flag is representative of diversity, the gay pride movement, and tolerance within the gay, lesbian, bisexual, and transgendered communities.
Now, it's not just a rainbow, that each stripe actually has a symbolic meaning. So each colored stripe represents a different trait of the LGBT movement. Red represents life, orange represents healing, yellow represents sunlight, green represents nature, blue represents serenity, and violet represents spirit.
Despite the flag's message of peace, however, there still exists much in the way of resistance and intolerance from those who do not approve of the lifestyles for which this flag flies. Number 7. The Rising Sun Flag of Japan. This next symbol on our list may possess one of the longest national histories, as the incorporation of Japan's rising sun flag dates all the way back to the Edo period of feudalism between 1603 and 1868. The main bone of contention with this flag, however, is a bit more recent, as the flag's bright red sun on a stark white backdrop is often associated with the Japanese imperialism of World War II. Although these days the flag is associated primarily with contemporary pop culture imagery and ads, for many this rising sun flag still harbors some unpleasant memories and is considered offensive to many Chinese and South Korean individuals.
Moves to allow the use of this flag are expected to poison already strained relations with South Korea and China. China considers the flag the equivalent of the Nazi swastika in Europe.
Number 6. The Washington Redskins logo. In a story similar to that of Major League Baseball's Cleveland Indians, the controversy behind the NFL team's mascot and logo has been brewing for many years.
If you want the Redskins to change their name, what about the Blackhawks? What about the Indians in Major League Baseball?
What about the Atlanta Braves in the Major League Baseball?
Many Native American rights groups and tribes have protested the lack of racial sensitivity behind the Redskins name and logo, which depicts the side profile of an American Indian with a feathered headdress, and have called for its elimination from team uniforms and memorabilia.
Native Americans call themselves many things. The one thing they don't.
The team has even come before court judges with regards to their trademark of the name as recently as 2014, with the U.S. District Court upholding a prior ruling on July 8, 2015, relating to the cancellation of several Redskins trademarks. This serves as a sign that the logo's days may be numbered.
We received a lot of pressure from certain communities to change our Redskins logo. As a company, we want to be firm, but we also want to be flexible.
Number 5. The Jihadist Black Flag. This Islamic flag is an offshoot of the Black Standard, a solid black flag also known as the banner or the banner of the eagle that was flown by the Prophet Muhammad. Using a black flag as its background, the Jihadist Black Flag is inscribed with an Islamic creed or shahada that's been printed in white. Since its first documented appearance in the 18th century during the Hotoki dynasty in what is now Afghanistan and Pakistan, the Taliban and Al-Qaeda have been known to use it. The flag's association with terrorism and the armed jihadist holy war movements has led to its increased level of controversy around the world.
A decision was taken by
Why
the
don't we just ban the
concerned.
flag?
Well, because we live in a free country, and I think it's. I think you'd have to have primary legislation to designate certain, bits of iconography as being illegal.
Number 4, the hammer and sickle. This iconic symbol of the communist movement was first conceived during the Russian Revolution of 1917. It's seen an increased level of worldwide visibility right up through the Cold War of the 1980s between the United States and the Soviet Union.
Mr. Gorbachev, tear down this wall.
Originally meant to represent the Worker-Peasant Alliance, the symbol's association with the Cold War sentiment has led to its controversy over the years.
Soon after the end of World War II, Russia had occupied many new territories, bringing additional millions of people under communist control.
However, the hammer and sickle still remains a viable and popular symbol within Russian borders, despite the Soviet Union's dissolution in 1991. Number 3, the Confederate Flag. The flag of the Confederate States of America, otherwise known as the Confederate Flag, became an especially controversial topic in 2015, with South Carolina's landmark decision to remove it from the state capitol building following the Charleston church shootings, serving as an issue of precedent for other southern states who continue to fly the symbol or incorporate it within their own state's flags.
The man accused of the shooting, Dylan Roof, had earlier posted these photographs of himself with the flag.
The rebel flag, as it's sometimes known, has come under fire from many human rights groups and individuals as a symbol of slavery and racism. Similar to the burning crosses of the Ku Klux Klan, dating back to the Confederate flag's usage by southern states during the American Civil War.
I cannot believe that we do not have the heart in this body to do something meaningful, such as take a symbol of hate off these grounds on Friday.
Number 2, the inverted pentagram. Although usage of an upright pentagram can be traced back to many cultures and religions, from East Asian traditions and pagan nature religions to its adoption as a Christian symbol of the 5 senses, the inverted pentagram has long been associated with the occult.
You're holding it upside down.
Indeed, many practitioners and students of the occult have cited its usage by such noted figures as Church of Satan founder Anton LaVey and magician Aleister Crowley, whose habitual referencing of the number 666 earned him the nickname Beast, which he expanded to the Great Beast. As such, symbol's strong demonic imagery and anti-Christian sentiment has incurred controversy over the years, thanks in part to its pop culture appearances in television, music, and film, not unlike the inverted Christian cross. Before we unveil our number 1 pick, here are some honorable mentions. Number 1. The swastika. This symbol's undeniable association with the dictatorial reign of Adolf Hitler and the Third Reich during the Nazi Party's occupation of Germany from 1933 to 1945 is the reason why the swastika takes a predictable top spot on our list, despite the symbol's early history as a sacred image among Hindus, Buddhists, and Jainists. Indeed, the adoption of symbols such as the swastika and twin lightning bolt by white supremacist organizations in the years following Germany's defeat by Allied forces in World War II ensures their place in the annals of controversy.
Müssen wir Selbstmusterung halten und abstoßen, was sich als schlecht erwiesen hat. Und deshalb...
Do you agree with our list? What other symbols do you find to be controversial? For more informative top 10s published every day, be sure to subscribe to WatchMojo.com.